Hey, what's up, everybody? Just want to check in on what everyone's doing with this quarantine. I mean, this is really crazy for the car community. I know personally, you may have noticed like the number of videos I've sent out and number of pictures I've uploaded to my blog of car meets and everything has just really gone down. I mean, the only things I'm doing really are small cruises with friends. From what I can tell from social media, that kind of seems to be the norm right now. And what's going to happen past this? Is it going to turn around? I've kind of given up on going to car meets because last few I've gone to, although I've got a couple cool stories I'll tell you about here, but for the most part, the last ones I've gone to have been so dead. There's just been no one there practically, and it's been really empty due to the whole the lockdown and the quarantine. So I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen this year, and I want to know your thoughts too on when we might see this like turn around for the car community. I've heard pros and cons. I mean, one of the things I've heard as being a benefit of this is it gives us all time. I don't know about you guys, but I had so much time to just work on my car by myself at home because you're not driving anywhere and you don't really need it. So my G35, for example, I tackled so many problems that were causing me to be intermittently down for the weekend. Before this whole quarantine, I've got to say, like, I had reoccurring issues, and I'd repair it the best I can. But it's basically like a jury rig just to get it back on the road again for Monday. I mean, you only have the 2 days of the weekend. But since we've had this time, it's really given me an opportunity to tear down the engine bay. I tracked down an oil leak that caused my AC compressor to fail, put a new AC compressor in, put a new gasket on my thermostat. I tracked down a power steering leak, got replaced the hoses there, replaced my radiator hoses because those were starting to leak. Just basically tackled everything, all the little problems that I was having. Took apart all my brakes and rotors, re-inspected my pads, my rotors, got them measured, made sure they're safe. And I've done a little bit of driving with friends. But as far as the photography and stuff, it's kind of slowed down because of this. And that kind of leads into my next point of what do you think is going to happen with H2Oi 2020? Now, I personally don't see why this would necessarily stop an H2OI 2020. I know the city of uh, Ocean City doesn't necessarily want the event there. From what I can tell, reading the articles online, they seem pretty anti having the event, but then the local businesses seem to really enjoy it because it drums up a lot of business for their local economies. So I don't know about that aspect. I'm not going to talk about that. But as far as like the event, I imagine people would be wearing their masks and keeping a responsible distance from each other. So I don't assume that it would necessarily change the dynamics too much, considering it's an outdoor event. However, I'm sure it will. I'm sure a lot of people just aren't going to be making the drive to go visit this year because of all the craziness going on. I mean, that might be a good thing. If they want the location moved, maybe it's time to look for a new location for it. At the end of the day, you know, you just gotta go with what is the best for not only the event but also the community it's in. Maybe there's a different community that would really love to have the business in their town, and maybe a more central location. I know a lot of the guys on the West Coast. It's pretty impossible to get their cars over to Maryland for this event each year. Even if they'd want to go, they have to end up, attending it virtually through everyone's Snapchat posts and Instagram and stuff. So, maybe it's time to find a more centralized location. But as far as the car meets, I think I'm gonna start picking up on once the weather breaks and gets a little cooler. It's a little smoky in Arizona right now. It's really hot. As soon as it starts to cool off a little bit more, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna wear my mask, keep my proper social distancing. But I think until we start seeing like the core group of guys out there at pavilions and at the Tempe Town Lake and at the car meets, like out there ready to go, responsibly, I don't think we're gonna see it really return. So I feel as one of like the locals in the area that's big in the car community, I feel like it's my responsibility. I've had a lot going on with graduating and starting a new job and everything, but and I took the time to really rebuild my car. New exhaust system too. Got rid of the HKS, went with a Walker exhaust, a lot quieter, a lot smoother. But I really feel like it's my responsibility kind of get back out there and basically lead the charge to getting the car community, back up and running safely and responsibly. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below, and if you guys are doing anything different in your areas or your states, if your guys' car crews or have any other ideas where you're located at, share it. All right, I'll keep you guys updated.